Today we see the full moon in Libra. The full moon is formed when the sun is opposing the moon, creating this connection across a zodiac axis. This connection between the Aries sun and the Libra full moon is connecting cardinal energy. Cardinal energy is the energy of initiating things into being. It is the beginning of the seasons. It is the zodiac energies that shift us from one energy to the other, starting a new 3-month cycle that will allow us to bring things into being, allow us new beginnings, allow us this energy to try new things, to act intentionally, and to put things into being. It is a connection between the fire energy of Aries and the air energy of Libra, allowing us to connect our actions, our desires, and our passions with our mind, with our mental realms, with our thinking, our messages, our communication, and the energies of balance with the energies of I am. The Aries sun is the energy of I am, of action, of movement, of new beginnings, and striving forward. It is the energy of the self and standing in our own power. Aries energy is the beginning of the zodiac cycle. It is this energy of initiation, this energy of acting for the self, and this connection to ourselves as individuals, ourselves as the ram, ourselves as a new form of being. The sun is the illumination of ourself. It is our outer being. It is the aspect of self that we show to the world around us and the way that we are reflected in our outer world. It is our source of being and the energy that we put into our world. The Libra moon is the energy of beauty, of balance, of connection, of our relationship with others, and how these things make us feel. It is the energy of acceptance. It is the energy of alignment, of equilibrium, of finding a balance in the ways that we think of ourselves, the ways that we give the messages of ourselves, and the way that we balance our being with those of others. The moon is the illumination of our inner self. It is the self that we only know. It is our emotional self, our intuitive self, our inner knowing. So this full moon in Libra is about standing in our balance, the balance of our inner self, the balance of our knowing, the balance of our beauty, and allowing us to take sovereignty of the relationship we hold with ourself. When we talk about the relationships that we hold with ourself and this connection of this axis between Aries and Libra, between the self and others, we're also talking about the relationship we hold with our different aspects of self, our outer reflection of self and our inner perception of self, and seeing where we can use this opposition energy, this bridge between energies, to bring our inner and outer self into being. The full moon is a time of accumulation, a peak in the lunar energy, and it's a time of release. Releasing the process is gone, the past, and it is a liminal time between the ending of the waxing cycle, the growing cycle of the moon from new to full, and the waning cycle, the decreasing cycle of the moon from full to new. This liminal time of endings and beginnings is a time for us to sit in our wholeness and to see ourselves in all the process that we have come through, accepting the process as it is and seeing a reflection of ourselves and how we are in our wholeness, knowing that some of the things that we have been working towards have come into fruition and some have not, allowing us to find this energy of release, finding this energy of renewal and allowing us to let go of those things that stand in our way. It is a time to surrender to the process as it is and enable us to see that we are divine beings, that we are whole in all of our aspects of self and all of our cycles. And this illumination is occurring as the sun reflects onto the moon as they're in opposition and the sun's light hits the moon in fullness. During this rejuvenating full moon, we see the sun align with Chiron. Chiron is an asteroid. It is the representation of the wounded healer. It is this energy of allowing us to see that the wounds that we hold are potentials for healing, are potentials for power, are potentials for connecting with ourselves, and really encouraging us to see how we can take those pains of the past, those burdens, and transform them into growth, transform them into motivational energy that allows us to move forward, that allows us to shift and transform who we are, and allows us to kind of soften and accept ourselves in whom we are. So this alignment of the sun with Chiron is really allowing us to align ourselves in our wounds and to see ourselves in a new aspect of being, encouraging us to heal those past hurts, those wounds, and allow them to not define ourselves as individuals, but be reflected in the way that we turn up. For our wounds are our teachers. They are experiences that guide us. They are portals of learning that allow us to see who we are and to see our strengths and where we have come from. So this healing energy aligning with our outer source of self in opposition of our inner self in balance is really asking us to transform and find a balance in our lives. The Libra full moon, the scales of justice, this energy of balance and reflection, this energy of beauty, this energy of acceptance, this airy mental energy of knowing who we are and knowing that everything happens for a reason, that everything will stabilize, that balance will be found. You tip the scales, eventually they will come back to their central resting place. It's allowing us to see how the pathways that we are walking down are leading to a balance and enabling us to find a balance between our outer self, our outer wounded self, and our inner emotional self, enabling us to stand in our beauty, stand in our own, stand in our abundance, encouraging us to take action that is balanced and will help us to bridge the relationships we hold with ourselves and others, and the relationship we have with the reflection of ourself that we give to the outside world, really encouraging us to heal and release those pains of the past to allow us to stand in our own, to stand in our sovereignty, to stand in our power, to stand in our abundance. This full moon is really asking us to trust ourselves, to trust in the process, to trust that the actions we are taking are going to lead us to a place of balance. They're going to lead us to an outcome of abundance, and encouraging us to forgive ourselves. Full moons hold this energy of forgiveness, this energy of completion, where we're able to see all that we have come through. Part of the process of releasing is allowing ourselves to forgive ourselves of the past. You can't release something until you are able to forgive, to see the messages behind it. So forgiving ourselves for the pains that we have allowed ourselves to walk through, or the pains that we have allowed others to inflict on us by not standing in our power, by not healing our abundance. This moon is a very healing moon with Chiron being in the mix, allowing us to really heal our relationship with our inner power, heal our relationship with our inner self, enabling us to find balanced mindsets that are going to lead us to the actions in our outer world that are going to bring us into our power, bring us into our transformation, bring us into our reflection on the outside world. We also see Venus stationing direct today, bringing that love felt energy, that heart center energy back into direct motion, pulling our heart from ourselves into our outside world, allowing us to reflect the love that we hold within. Take time today to sit in your wholeness, to see that you are perfect just the way that you are, and allow this Libra full moon to encourage you to take steps forward that will enable you to balance your inner and outer self, to balance your relationships with others and your relationships with self, and to heal and transform. For you are all that you need. You are powerful, you are abundant, and it is time for you to take actions that will allow you to balance your world and to act for yourself. An empowering moon to allow us to heal from this experience, to close out this eclipse cycle, and to enable us to push forward and act in ways that are from our healed self, from ways that acknowledge where we stand, balancing us in our mind and our actions, balancing us in our power, and enabling us to see the cycle in completion.